welcome to episode 2 of My Opinion. And episode 2 is entitled Stand Up. The reason why I've entitled this, where I've named it Stand Up, recently there's been a lot of violent attacks against Asian Americans and people of Asian descent across this country. And I think it's appalling that there's a lack of solidarity and a lack of people standing up with the Asian American or the Asian American community. If we don't stand up for them, how do we expect for people to stand up for us in our time of need? And I'm going to say this too. Blacks, gays, Spanish, and Jewish people. If you have been we know how I feel to be the subject of racism and violence committed towards us in the name of racism. And for us not to stand up and stand in solidarity with our Asian American or Asian descent brethren, I think it's totally wrong. It's totally disrespectful because we can't holler. We need to stand together with people need to do this, people need to do that, only when it affects us. We have to do this when it affects others. We need to have compassion for others and understanding what others are going through. Now, we definitely can understand what people are going through. I know blacks, Jews, and gays, and Spanish people. We have been the brunt of racist stuff here in America. But I think we gotta stand up. And we gotta be as vocal as we are for our cause. The test is of a person, character. It's how much you speak up and how much you show disapproval or disdain when you're in a good place. It don't concern me. I don't have nothing to do with that. Martin Luther King said, and I'm paraphrasing him, Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And that's what we have to understand. It's not us. We're not getting to it. This is not us this time. But they are human beings. For the most part, they're law-abiding human beings, just trying to make the best out of life, like all of us are. And I think the lack of compassion and the lack of concern is disrespectful. It's appalling. They can't suffer alone. We're stronger as one. Not pieces of a puzzle. We're stronger as all the pieces come together. And we all have to come together to make sure that this thing stops, and the people that's committing these crimes against these people are brought to justice and are persecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I just think it's wrong that we're not being more vocal and participating more in to stop the Asian violence. It's the end of the world when it's someone black. It's the end of the world when it's someone Jewish. It's the end of the world when it's someone Mexican or Spanish. It's the end of the world when it's someone gay. But where's the outrage when it comes to Asians? Where's the outrage? These people shouldn't be made to suffer in silence and to suffer alone. There's been Asians in America for as long as there's been America. They have contributed to American society. They're law-abiding people, tax-paying people. And I want to see an end to it. I really want to see an end to this because it's not right. It isn't right. You have women and old men being attacked and beaten on the streets. If this was a person of color, or a Jewish person, or a gay person, the news coverage would be stronger. Everybody would be up in arms. The NAACP would be there. Jesse Jackson would be there. Reverend Sharpton would be there. Where is the lack of the urgency from the rest of us? For the most part, when I seen people speaking out against this and people marching against this, they were Asian. There wasn't too many other people marching with them. Now, I definitely believe the black people, we definitely should be marching with them because we know. And we can't always say, oh, it's a shame that we be being brutalized here and we're being picked on. But when someone else is picked on, that doesn't matter to us. We don't care about that. And it's wrong. Now, I know there's been, in the past, tension between the black community and the Asian community. I know that. I know there's been these type of incidents and stuff that have taken place, and which has put a strain on the Asian American and African American communities. So I know it's put a strain on that. But this isn't the time to bicker over the past. This is a time to stand together in unity and to help these people out. To help these people out. To stand up for what's right. And it isn't right that these people are being brutalized and being subject to violence. It isn't right. I don't know why the recent rash has occurred. I believe it's because of the COVID-19. That's what I do believe. COVID-19 virus, and being as though that it started up in Wuhan, China. I think that people are frustrated. People is upset. Some people have lost their loved ones behind this disease. Some people have lost their jobs. But the disease and the virus is the enemy, not Asians and Americans. They're not our enemies. They are fellow Americans, and they are fellow human beings. So you can't jump on them or take it out on them because of a virus. That's the same way you can't jump on the gay people because of the AIDS virus. So this is simple. We're all here. We can all be affected by the disease. So y'all we gotta take precautions, and you get vaccinated, you wear your mask, you carry your hand sanitizer with you, and we make the best of it. But to jump on a particular race and brutalize them and violate them is totally wrong. It's not right. And like I said, Asian Americans have contributed to the fabric of America. But besides being disappointed in the violence committed against these people, I'm really disappointed in blacks. Because we always crying about racism and people doing us wrong, and oh my God, we're not the only people to suffer from racism. We may be one of the number one people. Maybe the people that are most affected by racism. But we're not the only people. And in this case, Asian Americans are now becoming victims of racism and hatred. If we don't stand up for them, how can we expect for anyone to stand up for us in our time of need? We got to be there for each other. We got to have compassion and understanding. This is what we got to do. Now I ignore it and say, well, it don't affect me. It's not my people. There was a poem before in Germany. Now I may be wrong, I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me if I am wrong. Where, I think he was Egyptian son. And he died. They sent him to the concentration camp and he died. But before he died, he penned a poem. And somehow the poem survived throughout the war. And it was just saying how when the Germans came for the Jewish people, he stood by because it wasn't him. It's not me, I'm not a Jew. They came for the cripples. That's not me, I'm not a Jew. I'm not crippled, so I'm okay. That's their people. Them people that they're targeting. When they came to the mentally retarded. Well, that's not me, I don't care. That's them. I'm not one of them people. It doesn't affect me. Then when they came for the disabled, they don't affect me, I'm okay. They came for the gays. Oh, that don't affect me, I'm not gay. Then they came for the gypsy people. And he was a gypsy. And he said there was nobody there left to stop them from taking me. And I finally was one of these people. And that's the mentality that we got to take. We have to take it as Americans. If these people are being brutalized and violence committed against them every day on their streets, their businesses, their homes, and we don't stand up for them, who will be left to stand up for us? Stop the violence against Asian Americans. They have nothing to do with a disease that was something sent here by nature. We all in this together. Asians, blacks, Jews, Catholics, gays, straight, Muslim, Christian. We're all in this together. We all got to share this earth. Don't go jump on these people because you think, oh, they started a disease. You're wrong. Totally wrong. Let's stand together with the Asian American community and the Asian Sikh community. Let's stand with these people in solidarity. Let's stand up together against racism, against bigotry, against violence. When they have events, let's get out there. And I want to say myself, I'm guilty of not being involved in any of the events, but I'm going to have to start becoming involved in the events. Because I can't come up here and preach to y'all about, oh, y'all should do this, y'all should do that, and I'm not doing it myself. Let's let them know that they're not alone. And they have friends and people that care about their well-being. So this is why I named this episode Stand Up. Because we all need to stand up for each other and one another. And right now, our Asian people, they need us to stand up for them. They need to know that they're not alone. That someone cares. That someone is appalled of the violence that they're facing. Every day. Please. Stop the violence. Stop the hate towards Asian Americans. Stop brutalizing and beating these people. Why? Because you think they started a virus? You really believe they can start a virus? The virus started there. But it could have started right here in America. You going to jump on Americans? Huh? I pray and I hope. Pray for everybody that was injured and people that was the victims of this violence. And I hope that this will just end. This will just end. And I'm going to say to all my Asian American and all my people of Asian descent, I stand in solidarity with you. I understand your fear. I understand your pain. And hopefully things will get better. In the words of Martin Luther King, we shall overcome. When I say we, I say all of us. Because if y'all are hurting, we're hurt. And that's the way it gotta be, and that's the way it should be. Thank you. This has been My Opinion by Derek Bullock, episode 2.